Hello everyone, this is Bowser Galaxy 10.
Well then.
Welcome to our rambling review for Captain America Civil War.
I see why it's not called Avengers, mostly since not all of them are in it.
Yeah.
And it is mainly focused on Captain America, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but it still feels a little weird.
It does, but I can see what they were going... Like, it does kind of end the, Captain America Hydra trilogy.
Yeah. But yeah, general thoughts, this movie is very good.
Yes.
I would put it pretty close to the first Avengers movie, I think. Yeah. I think it's better than Age of Ultron, for sure.
That's easy.
I'm not sure if I'd put it higher or lower than Avengers 1, but...
I'd put it a bit higher.
That's probably fair. I have so much nostalgia for Avengers that I have a very strong bias toward it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really, really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we go through the characters? Should we start
I just realized that two of them aren't there, actually.
Oh. Who's not? Oh.
Ant and Spider. Huh.
Well, that bugs me.
Anyway.
So, shall we start with them then?
It makes... Ant-Man's just as good as he was in his own movie. I cannot wait for Homecoming.
Yeah. He wasn't... Oh, okay, you were saying both.
I was saying both of them.
Yeah. But yeah, the Ant-Man was fun. It was good fun. He wasn't, super important. He was just kind of another guy who was there in the fight, but...
Yeah.
It was fun to see him. He had some cool moments.
Kind of odd to see Spider-Man kind of thrown into this one.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but he's Tom Holland
he's
is
Spider-Man. So of course he's great.
First time seeing Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and he does not disappoint.
Not at all.
I
am very excited to see that Spider-Man trilogy now.
Yep.
See the home trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so let's keep the major players in this for last, okay?
Okay. You start with Hawkeye.
Yeah, Hawkeye's pretty damn good in this.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't super...
Keep forgetting he exists, honestly.
Yeah, that does that.
But every time I see him, I'm like, oh yeah, you're the cool one. You're cool green... You're Marvel's Green Arrow.
Yeah, Hawkeye... He doesn't get as much screen time as I like, but he's always really fun whenever he shows up. I really enjoy him as a character. I'm glad he has his own show now.
Mm-hmm. It works.
Yeah. It's really funny when he's fighting Black Widow and he tackles her on the ground and is like, we're still friends, right?
Depends on how hard you hit me. Falcon was pretty good.
Yeah, got to actually got in a few good hits this time around.
Mm-hmm. Also, I just loved him just reacting to seeing Ant-Man again.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you exist.
Hello, sir.
Hello there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Falcon is always fun. Falcon is always a win, even if he's kind of the whipping boy sometimes.
Wanda and Vision are great.
Wanda and Vision are wonderful.
Honestly, I can't really put those two apart. They're kind of glued to each other. I see why they did the show like they did.
Yeah.
I do like their dynamic a lot.
Yeah, they're
And knowing what I know about Vision, I can't wait to see him in a bit more get a bit more screen time in later movies.
yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure he's important for obvious reasons.
Just a bit.
War Machine was here.
War Machine was here. He almost died.
Yep.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
He had some funny jokes too.
Yep.
Tony stank.
Tony Stank. Stanley is the best. We don't even mention the Stanley cameos. All of them are fantastic.
Every time.
Black Widow I really liked here.
Yeah.
As well.
Like, it's really cool that, like, she almost is, like, not... She almost feels like she doesn't really have a side in this conflict, per se. She's just like, the Avengers are falling apart, and I'm trying to do what I can to keep that from happening.
Yeah.
So, it is cool.
Alright, time to get into more of the mainstay ones. I was not expecting to see Black Panther this early.
Yeah, I knew he was in this movie. I couldn't remember whether he actually was in the fighter.
We get his freaking pretty much his background here.
Yeah.
And
Black Panther is cool.
this is a great first impression. I can see why he's a main. He got movie very soon after this.
Yeah.
Like, he was fantastic.
Yeah, Black Panther's awesome. Yeah.
Alright.
And he had some, like, the moment he had with the villain at the end, which maybe we'll get into more when we talk about the
You want to go him, actually,
yeah,
because...
that seems like a good time.
Yeah.
Our villain, Zemo, I think he's
He's an interesting character.
For a one-off Marvel villain, I think he's pretty good.
And he's also probably one of the smarter ones, being like, I've seen way stronger people try to take him down. Have them take each other down. Yeah. I will say this about this movie. It's honestly one of the best ones I've ever seen to give an excuse of hero versus hero.
Yeah, they did it. They did a very good job.
Like, I don't see that work most of the time. This movie mostly gets it.
Yeah.
There's still a few issues that I'll get to in the later character slots, but this movie does do it rather well.
But
yeah, Black Panther is great. The villain is... Honestly, it's kind of nice to see a villain that doesn't immediately try to just attack them all. Like, actually tries to tear them apart themselves.
Yeah, and...
It really works.
Yeah. And it was cool that... I like the moment where Black Panther is like, you're consumed with revenge, and so are they. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, because he was consumed with vengeance for much of the movie. So it worked. God, who do we even go with first of the three remainders?
Man, let's start with Bucky.
I don't even... First off, I love him!
Yeah, I think this is one of the first... This is like the first
like
time
Winter
since
Soldier,
Captain
you
America
still get some Hydra brainwashing. In this one, you get actual Bucky, and actual Bucky is amazing.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen real Bucky and Cap together since First Avenger.
He reminded me a lot of Shinji, actually, from Persona 3.
Yes.
Being that like super strong guy, cold to people, but a fun guy to be around.
Yeah. He's awesome. We love him.
Yeah. Good God, he went through hell in this movie.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
He needs a hug.
Yeah.
I feel like we kind of have to talk about both at the same time.
Yeah. Let's be honest, the real conflict of this movie is Captain America and Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like, well, which one do we go off first, and then we'll talk about the dynamic between the two.
Well, I think we'll start with Iron Man, maybe. I think
he's kind of the secondary antagonist, really, by the end.
Yeah. But it's like, what I really like about this is it's like, they did a very good job of, like, this is what Tony would do at this point.
Yeah.
Like
as he put it, like, he saw his weapons was doing stuff, he stopped it, he sees that the Avengers is killing a lot of people. Take notes, DC.
And, like, I really like, because, like, with Age of Ultron, he was like, I'm going to do a thing that solves these problems, and it ends up being a bigger problem. And it's like after that he kind of realizes I need to be kept in check because I am causing problems.
Yeah.
So it totally makes sense that he would be like, okay, they're offering the government is saying we need to keep you in check. Mm-hmm. They're right. I need to be kept in check.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it makes total sense for Steve to also be against that because he just got in Winter Soldier. He was just under S.H.I.E.L.D. and we found out they were corrupt. So he doesn't trust. He doesn't trust these big organizations anymore. He's not going to trust the government either.
Yeah.
So it just makes total sense for their characters, and it's really, really well done.
Yeah. So, and also, Steve is obviously has a problem with, Bucky being gunned down. Yeah. Without a second thought.
Yeah.
I do have an issue with Iron Man, though.
Yeah.
I do not believe the killing Bucky thing near the end of the movie. That seems kind of out of character for me, to him to just retaliate like that.
Maybe.
I think mostly because this is the first movie where we really saw that he had like a huge connection with his mother and such. Apparently. I don't really buy it, honestly. I don't remember that from the other movies, and all this movie really gave us was a flashback where it was just his father and her leaving. And then suddenly he finds out Bucky killed them and is like, I'm going to kill you. And it's like, what? It kind of comes out of nowhere, honestly, to me.
Yeah.
That's the only part that I don't really understand, though. Like, everything else with the hero versus hero matchup is done well. I just don't get the reasoning for that final fight part. Like, it doesn't really make sense to me.
I don't know. Like, it's... I feel like...
I felt like Tony never really talked about them in the other movies, and that's kind of what screws it up here. Where it's like, I barely even knew he had an issue with this, and then he's trying to kill someone when he finds out, and it's like, okay. Aren't you usually the one with a rational head on your shoulders most of the time nowadays?
I mean, I think if... Like, I don't know what this This is just a thought I have. I don't know what. I'm just gonna throw it out there. If Bucky legit, let's just hypothetically, I know this is, I'm not saying the movie should have done this or anything, I'm just saying, okay, hypothetically, if Bucky actually, like, consciously, intentionally killed them, it would make 100% sense that Tony would do that.
Yeah.
But, like, as far as I can understand, he knows that Bucky was brainwashed into doing it.
It's the only part that really just kind of bugs me. It just seems kind of out of character for this to just randomly turn like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like the hero versus the big 6-on-6 hero fight, I have no issues with. It makes total sense. It's just that final part that kind of bugs me, where it just kind of comes out of nowhere. Where I was like, okay, when was this a thing?
Yeah. But the fight was really good.
All the fights were good.
Yeah. I think one of the things that made the last fight with the three of them really good. I think what was really cool about it is, especially like you have like the 6-on-6 fight, and they're like cracking jokes, and it's pretty lighthearted and funny.
Yeah. And then in the second fight, you get like the darker ambiance. And darker environment.
Dark, it's like dark. It's violent and intense and completely serious, and like if I do remember the first time watching this in the theater, because you don't know anything about there are no other movies after this. You don't know what's gonna happen. Like,
I could have seen them killing off Bucky, honestly.
Yeah.
In this, if it wasn't for the fact that he had other shows, I would have believed it.
Like when Captain America lifts up his shield and Tony's like, ah! I legitimately thought the first time seeing this is one of the few things I clearly remember from this movie. I would clearly remember that part because I was like, I don't think I thought he was going to kill Tony, but I was like, he might do something really serious to him.
I think you saw my reaction when I saw him bashing in the chest plate, and I'm like, oh, wait a second. And then I completely forgot some of the other movies where it's like, Tony doesn't need that. But I was like, oh, shit!
Yeah. But, it's... like, that fight is just brutal.
Yeah.
And it just really...
it works.
Yeah.
I could safely say that final fight works. It's just the motivation of Tony in that fight just kind of bugs me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of something that comes out of nowhere and is kind of out of character. Like, I get it more if... like, honestly, it would have worked... I think I would have had no problems with it at all if Bucky was the reason that War Machine nearly died. Like, if that was compounded with it, then I sort of would have got it.
I mean, I think he kind of... yeah, I mean, it was more direct, for sure.
Yeah, but...
I mean, I think Tony likely kind of blames him, at least somewhat, for it.
Yeah, but it's like... the parent thing was kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah. But even if they had that before, even if they established that more beforehand, I think it'd still be just the fact of, I know you're brainwashed, but I'm going to punish you anyway.
Yeah.
That's a hard sell for me.
Yeah, so even then I'd say it would have worked. I could have bought it. I don't really buy it now, though. I have a really hard time buying that Tony would kill him here.
Yeah. But still, as much as we're talking negatively about this,
yeah,
it's still
a great movie. It's just the first part of it is magnificent. The first and second acts are fantastic.
And then the third act has one major problem, but is otherwise still really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is still a very great movie. And I like it a lot. And I'm happy to watch it again.
Yeah. But yeah, because of that reason, honestly, I can't put this any higher than the original Avengers for me, honestly.
Yeah, now that I'm talking it through, I kind of feel like I had to put it just under Avengers.
Yeah, I think this one mostly wins it out just for the big fight scene, the 6-on-6.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly, if any other of my favorite movies had that, they'd be on top. Yeah, because of that, it doesn't really kick off most of the other movies that are my favorite ones, which is Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, and Captain America First Avenger.
You're just the funny one. Nah, I'm just kidding. So you'll love Thor Ragnarok.
We'll see.
I guess, after this is actually Doctor Strange.
In the MCU list.
That Strange is pretty great. So yeah.
Also, where the fuck is Nick Fury?
He will do his own thing, I guess. I don't know.
The last time we saw him was in Winter Soldier, and that was quite a while ago.
Yeah. I think he kind of, S.H.I.E.L.D. got disbanded, and I guess he kind of just started doing his own thing.
Yeah, but
I don't think they...
I thought the Avengers were kind of his little baby to work with.
I think he basically just, I think he kind of just handed it over to Cap.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe a mutual agreement between Cap and Tony, and Thor whenever he visits.
Thor when he's around.
Can you imagine if... I'm just imagining Thor coming back during this movie near the very end, being like, "Hey guys, what'd I miss?"
And Tony's just where were you? Where were you? Although I feel Thor would kind of be this is not...
Thor just sees the battle about to happen and is like, "Yup."
This is not my,
see you later.
Let you guys work this one out. I'll be over here.
It makes sense to not call this an Avengers, mostly because it's part of it's mostly thing towards Captain America and Bucky's relationship, and Captain America and Iron Man's relationship, and you don't really see all the Avengers.
Yeah.
So, I can see why they didn't call this an Avengers movie.
Also, it'd literally be right after Ultron, so that'd be kind of weird as well.
I can see why they didn't.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it for our rambling review.
Yep.
Captain America.
Great
Civil
movie.
War.
Has a bit of a hurdle.
Yeah.
Has a
still
few
very
hurdles,
good.
but still worth watching. Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say this is a bad movie by any comparison. I'm still putting it slightly higher than Avengers because of the fight scenes. But that's really bad. But it's like this movie had a few issues for me.
Yeah.
But honestly, it still is probably one of the best hero versus hero things I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna knock that at all. Like, that is still one of the best things of this movie, is that beginning part, like, the build-up to the hero versus hero thing is done really good. Like, everything's believable until the final free encounter. Yeah, that's it.
See you guys next time in the MCU. Thanks for Doctor Strange.
Or whatever video you watch. I think we have a rambling review afterward. Before Doctor Strange, but you guys will see.
Take care, everybody.